Can you hear the fan? Okay, so new Superman movie was pretty good. I'd give it like a, I don't know, like what, like an 8 out of 10, 8, 9 out of 10. It was pretty good. It's not an origin story movie, which is usually what happens when you reboot shit, right? You get like the backstory and everything. No, it just, you cut straight, like right into the middle of action. He loses against the Hammer of Baltimore, or fucking whatever. And you immediately get introduced to like the dog, I think Crypto, or I don't remember his name. But immediately you get introduced to Superman, the dog. I don't know what the ice house is. I guess spoilers already. Yeah. The ice house. I don't think that's the Fortress of Solitude, but I've never watched anything Superman related either. So I don't know. I thought the Fortress of Solitude was supposed to be like in space or something, not Antarctica. So I mean, maybe. Lois Lane was cool. Lex Luthor. Oh my gosh, I hate that dude. Lex Luthor was really hateable. So you know, props to the actor. I mean, I fucking hated that dude. That dude sucked. I mean, starting off the movie, you like immediately you go through the normal dynamic. I feel like Lex Luthor, you know, he doesn't like Superman, and so he's trying to fucking kill him. And Superman's just trying to like prevent damage in the city. And then what happens? Fucking Clark. They show Clark Kent going to the Daily Planet. I mean, it's pretty cool. The Daily Planet globe is fucking huge, bro. I did not think that the Daily Planet globe was supposed to be that big. I mean, damn. And then after that, it cuts to like Clark Kent and Lois Lane's home, and he's like surprising her with like pancakes or something. And then they talk about how Clark is always interviewing Superman. And they're like, oh, and in the movie they're already together, Clark and Lois. And so she's like, you know, people are gonna get suspicious if you keep interviewing Superman all the time. And she's like, no. It's like, okay, well then how about you interview me? And she's like, really? I'm like, yeah, why not? She's like, okay, well, what about right now? She's like, okay. And then she asks him a shit ton of questions. She presses him on it, you know, real journalism shit. And he kind of gets mad, and then he leaves. And you know, the whole thing ends pretty poorly. You know, she's mad, he's mad, they all mad. And the next thing that happens is Alex. So the movie follows so Lex Luthor has these two guys called the Engineer and the Ultraman. I think he makes this thing called the not Space Corps. Something like that. I forgot the name of it. Even though I just watched it. It's like Space Corps or some shit. And the Engineer is this girl made of like nanobot machinery shit. Like Big Hero 6 shit. And she's like spying. She spies on them, and they find the Fortress of Solitude. And then like halfway through the movie, I mean, they release this big ass creature. I can't remember where Clark was or where Superman was, but basically they release a little tiny creature, right? And then he becomes big, so now there's like a big ass monster there, and Superman goes in for the rescue, and you know, he's kind of having trouble until the Justice Gang shows up, and That's when we're introduced to Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, played by Nathan. Hawk Girl. I think they called her Hawkman? Which I was confused, but okay, sure. And then Mr. Terrific, which was Mr. Terrific isn't like a deep cut, but I don't watch a lot of Marvel. I mean, like I'm not a big. I like DC, but I'm not a big DC fan. I only know him because I recently watched the Death of Superman and Justice. I can't remember if he was. I think he was in both. I might be wrong though. But yeah, Mr. Terrific. They made him look so fucking cool. I love his ability, like the little spheres that he uses, and the little fight scene that he got. He just looked dope. I mean, he was awesome. Even though all he really has is like drones, he's just really good at. What would we even call it? Like, he's good at robotics. He's got the T spheres. He's just really good at that, I guess. So I mean, that was cool. That was cool that they brought him up because I don't think a lot of people know Mr. Terrific. Like me, I know a lot of DC, but I never heard about Mr. Terrific until you look at the animated series stuff. I just know like Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Supergirl, Robin, the Teen Titans, Cyborg, fucking what else is there? Like Plastic Man, the Atom. Like I know a good amount. That like Mr. Terrific just never. He feel like he never comes up. Fucking the Flash, right? So that was cool that he was in the movie. And Guy Gardner was cool too. Hawkman, maybe I just need to consume more material where Hawkman is at. I don't really think he's okay. He's kind of whatever, to be honest. I mean, Hawkman was played by Isabella Merced. I'd say pretty good Hawkman. Even though I've never consumed Hawkman, Hawkgirl content. And so they beat the monster, and so while all that's happening, Lex infiltrates the Fortress of Solitude, and they hack into his shit. They kidnap his dog. They hack into this computer that he has, and they find the message from his parents. And so at the beginning of the movie, they introduce the message from his parents, where they're like, we're sending you to this planet named Earth, and you must be kind to all of its citizens and help them out, right? And then halfway through the movie, you find out, and the second part of the message had been like fucked because of the landing on Earth or something. And so the engineer hacks into the computer, and she fixes it. She finds the rest of the message, and it's basically, it was saying, serve the people, but also like we're sending you there to rule the earth and find your own harem of girls, which is funny. Because it's every evil character keeps bringing he's just bringing the harem of girls, and fucking Nathan, fucking Guy Gardner, it was just like, Superman is, you have a harem of girls? Like, that's the first thing he asked. So that was funny. Anyways, that happens, and Superman just kind of has to like retreat. He turns himself in halfway through the movie, and he gets locked in a pocket dimension that Lex Luthor opened, where he keeps several prisoners, and he's kept there by a guy with kryptonite, a guy that can turn into any material or something like that. I don't know. I didn't catch his name. I don't know if he's supposed to be something. like already known, probably. Oh, when Peacemaker was in the movie, people were like, people got excited over that. I haven't really watched Peacemaker, so yeah. And so this guy's baby was being held hostage, you know, and it was just like, that bitch, Lex is evil, bro. Like, I feel like you don't feel like someone is evil until you see them do something. Like, find Superman, whatever, you know, he's the bad guy, you know, but he's not. But when you see him going, fucking, what's it called, holding this baby hostage, it's like, oh, that dude fucking sucks. I hate that guy. There's this other plot. Well, it's the same plot, but something else at the beginning of the movie is that Superman stops a war in Jorgenhander, or something. I can't remember what it was called. Something like that. Jorgenhander. Because someone's trying to invade it. And so he stops this war, but now that he's captured, he starts moving out again. And so Mr. Terrific, Lois Lane goes to the Justice Gangs, the Justice Hall. I think was there. Pretty sure it's the Justice Hall. The Justice Hall, and then he. Oh yeah, and then no one agrees to help her out except for Mr. Terrific, and they get on the Terrific car, plane, thing, spaceship. And they fly over to the place where the portal is, to the pocket dimension. And then they cut to Superman and this guy, and he's like, you said you can get him, right? It's like, yeah. And so this guy, he makes like a little sun. Well, because at first he turns his arm to kryptonite to keep Superman in check, but then he turns his body, he makes a sun, like a small sun, to help Superman heal up. And so Superman grabs the baby and they both escape into the pocket dimension. Oh, and he gets his dog back, which they kidnapped. Something else is that there was a part. Okay, so oh my god, I keep missing shit. At the beginning of the movie, this Superman's ass got beat, right? Lex Luthor is like super obsessed. He's got a whole control tower of people that supporting him. They're controlling the guy fighting Superman. And this guy helps him, and they take note of that. And in the scene where he's trapped in the jail, Lex Luthor brings this guy into the prison, and he's like, "All right, you gotta answer the questions, or we're gonna shoot this man." And he's like, "First question: who's helping you on Earth?" He's like, "No one." And he's playing like Russian roulette with a revolver, and like, nothing, right? He's like, "Ooh, you got lucky with that one." And then the second question is like, "Who raised you? Who on Earth raised you?" And he was like, "I'm not gonna tell you." And then, and he died. He actually killed someone. I was like, I can't believe you did that. Anyways, back to the other part. So Mr. Terrific sends out his little drones into the pocket dimension, the little T-spheres, and then he finds them after a bit, but not before they get into a big ass fight, where they fall into the anti-proton river, I think he called it, ravine. And so Superman's like fighting for his life. He has the baby held like this because, you know, the baby's gonna be fucked if he doesn't. They have like they have a good fight scene, and he's being dragged into this black hole. They make it out. And then you get to see Superman's parents. And then he heals up. and then the people of Jorgenhander or Pargen Jorgenberg, they're about to get attacked, and these people go. So Superman tries to go help them, but also Lex Luthor, he's like pissed, and so he opens up the same portal, and it starts causing like a rift to open just through the whole world. Until they start evacuating Metropolis, and then Superman gets attacked by the Engineer and the other one, Ultraman. I'm pretty sure that's what they call them. And they have a fight scene. He goes into space. He goes back down. He lives because, of course, he does. He's Superman. And then there's a part where he's like, oh, the people of Jorgenhanger. I keep saying that, but I don't know if that's right. The people of Jorgenhanger, they're like Superman, and they made like flags and everything. It's a really nice scene. And so Superman's like kept busy the whole fucking time, so he can't go help them. So he gets the other people, Justice Gang, to go help. So, I mean, that part's cool because you get to see Guy Gardner. He's like, he just throws a shit ton of green hands everywhere. He's like, he'll throw like a flipping off one, like, right. Really cool. Guy Gardner. The Hawk Girl, I mean, she throws a leader off like a very high. Dude's probably dead. I don't think he lived that. And the other dude was cool too. He like turned his hand into like a giant metal hammer. Just... Superman has a really cool fight with the Ultraman, which is revealed to be a clone of Superman that Lex Luthor made. And then there's a plot with Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. Jimmy Olsen was cool too. He was done well, I think. They published a story because they exposed Lex Luthor. He was really working with fucking whatever the country was called, bot something. And then the movie ends. But it was a good movie. It was good. Oh, they also show Supergirl at the end, but I don't know what they're gonna do with that. I don't know if they're gonna do something with that. I want to see more Mr. Terrific. The guy's awesome. Guy Gardner. Apparently they're making a Lanterns movie. Dope. I don't know. I really fucked with Guy Gardner. What else happened in this movie? I think that's it. I think they set up the next one. Maybe not. Maybe I'm looking too much into it, but like at the end, there's this guy that's like, well, I'm glad you're not concerned about metahumans because they're making the laws now. And the other guy just kind of looks like fuck. He doesn't say that, but he just kind of looks worried. Like you can tell something's cooking. He's cooking something. But yeah, good shit.